Ladies and gentlemen, I am here. I am here to obviously talk about what has happened. A lot of stuff happening in the NBA. Free agency has began. It began at 11 tonight. Free agency is on the way, and excuse me. And we have already a lot of moves. Obviously, we all know the biggest move. Um, Paul George is going to the Thunder. Paul George is going to he is joining Russell Westbrook and the Thunder and trying to once again, create something over there. Um, I cannot believe this shit. I was very surprised when I heard this trade go down. I did not expect for them to try to get Paul George because Paul George is only has 1 year left in his contract. He can leave after the season, and also Westbrook, same thing. He can leave after this season. So I'm a little bit surprised with this trade because I thought he was gonna get traded to either Cleveland or the Lakers because I think he could long term he could stay with those two teams. One those are the two teams he really wanted to he talked about staying long term, the Lakers and Cleveland. I am very surprised that he's going to the Thunder because now you could lose both of them next year. Both of them can be free agents next year. So this is very surprising to me that this went down. I was not expecting this. I was expecting, like I said, either I Houston too. I mean, one of those, either San Antonio, one of those, probably those Cleveland, San Antonio, Houston, and the Lakers. One of those. I was not expecting this. So are they back? They're better than they were last year. I mean, they're better. But are they going to be as good as when they had Kevin Durant 2 years ago? I don't think so. KD is a very good player. He's probably one of the, if not the best scorer in this league, a top five player in this league. Paul George is a good player, but I don't think he's as good as Kevin Durant. So I don't think they will be as good as they were 2 years ago, but they are better now. Um, you know, San Antonio is the one who's really, really, really losing out here because Houston got better, Oklahoma got better, Minnesota got better. But San Antonio is the one who here is really losing out. They are really losing out. I think they will still compete, obviously, but they might need to do something here because they are the ones that are really kind of falling now. Because now you got you got Chris Paul, James Harden, and in Houston, which to me does not make sense. But okay, you got them there. Then you got in Minnesota. If they can figure it out, you got a big three over there with Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, and Carl Anthony Towns. If they can figure that out, that can be a threat down the road in a few years. Um, and then obviously now with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. So San Antonio might want to do something. You still have a top three player, top five player in this league, and Leonard. But other than that, you don't really got nothing because we know that Marcus Aldridge is not what he is not what he it is it's not it does not seem to show up when it counts the most. So really, you only have one star, and Leonard, a very good one, a top five player in this league. Leonard is, but it might not be enough to compete with these teams now that we are seeing. Um, so San Antonio, they just re-signed Patty Mills, I see, but still, they need to do something more because they're the one that really are losing here with teams like um, Oklahoma, Minnesota, and Houston signing these players. Um, Cleveland's going to the finals again. Nobody's threatening them. Nobody. The Celtics, they're too young. That they just can't get anything done. I don't know what's going on there. They're trying to talk to Gordon Hayward, but no, forget about it. So Cleveland looks like they're going to the finals of the East. And we'll see, I still think the Warriors are the favorites in the West. Um, I still think they are. Actually, Steph Curry just got paid, just on a 5-year, $2 million contract. So he's no longer a free agent. So they just signed Steph Curry. Now they'll obviously sign Kevin Durant in a few days. I'm expecting them to. But yes, this thing is going. Teams are trying to get better, but to me, it's still not enough. To me, the Warriors are still the favorites to win the championship. We'll see what happens. But to me, the Warriors are still the favorites to win the champions. And like I said, Cleveland's going to the finals at this point. There's nobody in the East. They're going to the finals again. It's already done. But let me talk about one more thing before I get off here tonight. Russell Westbrook and Paul George, they can both leave after the season. So it is. I just cannot believe they're doing this. I mean, I'm happy because more competition. But man, you could go from having these two, but in a year later, next year, you could lose them both. Both of these guys can be free agents next year. It is. I'm very surprised that the front office decided to go this way. You're trying to keep Westbrook, and now you're going to try to keep Paul George as well. So your two best players could leave after the season if you're Oklahoma. And at the same time, like I said, I don't think it's enough to win a championship. They're better than they were last year, but it's still not enough. And it is going to be interesting. I really want to see what happens because, right, like I said, unless they sign an extension, they're both going to be free agents. So if it doesn't work out, they can all be out the door. So Sam Presti is trying to stay competitive, but at the same time, he's looking for a home run. And for now, he hit it, but he may strike out in a year if they both decide to walk out. You know what I'm saying? I am very surprised that they're doing this. Now, they really didn't give up much. The only guy they really gave up was Victor Oladipo. Okay, fine, whatever. But at the same time, you could lose both of these two next summer, next year. I just can't believe they would do that. But whatever, like I said, they didn't give up too much. But at the same time, we'll see what happens. But I thought they were just. I know does it maybe help them convince Westbrook to stay? Maybe they sit them both down and tell them, hey, now we have here a team again, both of you guys, and maybe convince them both to resign, and try to do something there. You have to talk to them and convince them to resign. Because, man, am I going to feel sorry for those fans if those two were to walk away next year. I mean, that's terrible. You already dealing with Kevin Durant walked out last year, and now you were dealing with possibly Westbrook walking out next year. And now you have this team that it's like meeting a girl. She's so sexy, and you start going out with her, and then she breaks up with you like right away. Like, what the fuck? You don't even know what shit on you watch. That could happen to Oklahoma City fans. They can just start falling in love with this new team, and bam, before you know it, in a year, they both leave. That can happen. Right now, everybody's happy. Paul George, everybody's happy. But in 1 year, unless you convince them Sam Presti can convince these two to resign, these two can be gone by this time next year. Do you understand that? I know the fans are happy right now, but it's something you have to understand, that in 1 year, these two can walk away. And I really would feel sorry for the city if that were to happen, to lose two stars. After losing Kevin Durant last year, possibly losing Russell Westbrook, and now possibly losing another star in Paul George, who you just got. But we'll see what happens. If Oklahoma City had maybe like a super team, okay, they're going for it. We'll see what happens. But they're not even ready to win. So they can just be getting started and already, bang, they're gone. Already, usually the first year, new players, we've seen it all around the league, We saw it when LeBron went to Miami with Dwayne Wade. They did not win a championship the first year. They struggled. It took them until the second year. We saw we've seen it all over the place. Sometimes it does not happen right away. And I do not think right now they can win a championship together their first year. And it really sucks because unless you convince them to resign, I don't even want to talk about it anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, I'm happy for Oklahoma. For now, they're back. How long are they back? We'll see. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm C. I'm the man that runs the place. I will catch your ass down the road. And I will continue to be here updating every free agent move. We also have some news. Like I said, Patty Mills resigned with San Antonio. What else has happened? Oh, Ricky Rubio went to Utah. And Jeff Teague went to Minnesota. So another piece for Minnesota. Jeff Teague has now gone to Minnesota. And like I said, Ricky Rubio got traded to the Utah. I'm not sure what Ricky Rubio got traded though for. I didn't really see it too much, but I have seen that Ricky Rubio got traded to Minnesota, to Utah. And if it's to convince Gordon Hayward of staying, please, you need to do a lot more than add Ricky Rubio to convince Gordon Hayward to stay in Utah. But ladies and gentlemen, what else? Oh, Blake Griffin got paid. He is staying with the Clippers. 5 years, $173 million. So both Blake Griffin got paid, and Blake Griffin has been paid 5 years, $173 million, and Steph Curry has been paid 5 years, $200 million. So those are the biggest contracts given out so far. $200 million for, $173 million for Griffin, $2 million for Steph Curry. And Washington's offering John Wall, I believe, $169 million to stay, but he's still thinking about it because he wants to win. So he wants to see if this team can contend in the future. So he said he's still thinking about accepting that deal. But yeah, apparently I think it's like a 5-year, $169 million contract for John Wall if you were to sign it. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say. I want to thank all of you for joining me tonight on a Friday night. I want to thank you all again, and until next time, I will catch your ass on the road.